Hey everyone, I'm back in Seattle. Um, I left Mayo a week ago, and a lot's been happening. Like I said in my last video update, that I would share more with you guys on what happened at Mayo. Basically what happened was because I got C. diff again, we couldn't do really any stomach testing because we were afraid of getting false negatives or false positives. So I have to wait until I'm done having C. diff. And that will take about 6 weeks total. So I've got like 4 more weeks to go of antibiotics. But we did learn that it's possible that I have pelvic floor dysfunction, but we're going to test more of that here in Seattle because I'm not quite sure I have it, even though I watched the test and I could see that there was something wrong. I just can't agree with it because it's mainly found in people who have given birth or who are constipated, and that's not an issue that I have. So we're going to do some other kind of testings here in Seattle to make sure that that's a real diagnosis for me or not. As I said in my last video, I was getting a nerve block in my neck. I had already had the right side done, and I was getting the left side done that day that I made the video. Everything went okay. They allowed me to get it done, even though I had been in the ER the night before. So that was a good thing. However, we knew instantly that it didn't work. I also struggled with this last procedure because it caused such severe pain, whereas the first one didn't bother me at all. And so that was a hard thing for me to deal with because I was in pain until I got back home. Actually, for a couple days after I got home, I was still having a lot of pain. So it was kind of scary too. But the pain's gone now, and sadly, it just didn't work. But we knew, that was part of the risk of trying a new procedure out. But it also means that I have to talk to my heart doctor back here in Seattle and look at doing the heart surgery and getting a pacemaker, because my episodes are getting a lot harder to handle and deal with. In fact, on Saturday this past weekend, I ended up in the ER again here because of such severe chest pain and being tachycardic, and it was a really bad experience for me. It was the first time that I came to the ER, and they did absolutely nothing. I sat in a room for 3 to 4 hours, never got IV fluids, never got nausea meds, never got pain meds. They didn't do any testing besides the standard EKG when I come in, and basically they did nothing, and it felt very, very horrible. So it's more of a wake-up call that I need to get the ball rolling, and something needs to be done with my heart because I can't go on with it anymore. As for other things that happened at Mayo, because they believe that I have this pelvic floor dysfunction, they want me to do a 2-week program with them, and it would mean going to the doctors 3 times a day to do biofeedback and to, I guess, retrain my muscles and things. But like I said, I'm going to look into it further here in Seattle before committing to that program. That program, though, doesn't have any openings till the end of summer, beginning of fall. So I do have some time to try and figure things out. They also want me to go to their pain clinic. I have a phone interview later this month to learn more about it and to see if that would be a good fit for me or not. And I believe that's like another 2-week program or something like that, and that's from like 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 p.m. So it'd be a long day doing their programs. As for all my stomach stuff, because of having the C. diff, we weren't able to test for things, and so I've got to get that cleared up. And the doctors at Mayo said they would let me know what kind of testing that they were thinking of doing, and see if it can be done here at Virginia Mason, and then we can send them the results, or either I will have to plan to go back out there and do more testing. But at this point, you know, they don't have an idea of what's going on with me, which really kind of sucks. And I've come to realize that the only way I will get anybody to listen to me and to take me serious and to want to look into things further is if I were to basically lie to them and say I've never been worked up, I've never had anything done. But I can't do that because it's not the truth. And it's sad that when you see somebody new, they're not willing to retest you for things or relook into things that they take, you know, all your other tests that you've had prior to, and say you've already been tested for these things, so there's no reason to retest you, even though some of my tests are, you know, 5-10 years old. So that's a frustrating thing for me. My hematologist here in Seattle was kind of disappointed too that this is kind of what happened, and you know, he feels bad that not more came of it. But he's going to send me to another doctor here in Seattle to see if she has any ideas or anything. She's more a naturopathic kind of doctor. So I've agreed to see her if she would like to see me. I actually already know her. So hopefully she will say yes. But yeah, as you can see, I am in the hospital right now because of what happened on Saturday with my chest pain and everything. I ended up going home and taking Tylenol, and basically this whole weekend I have had issues with blacking out, meaning that on the outside I appeared normal, but yet I have no memory of how I got to my car, how I drove to the store, or what I did, because things in my apartment are all moved around. And it turns out that I forgot whether or not I took Tylenol a few times, and basically, long story short, is I took way too much Tylenol. I was not trying to kill myself. I was not, you know, depressed or anything like that. I believe that during my blackouts I took it, and I don't remember taking it, or I took too much. It basically, my liver counts are really off right now, and I have high Tylenol counts. For those who don't know, Tylenol can cause, if in large amounts, can cause your liver to fail. So we are keeping an eye on me right now. It's really painful. It's not fun, but I'm hanging in there. So I just kind of got to ride this out and everything. The other big thing is that my port is no longer working, in the sense that it won't draw blood. It's not in the right spot, and so I have to look at getting it either moved and or taken out and replaced, and I'm hoping that a doctor will agree to take it out and replace it on my right side. so that if I do have to get the pacemaker, I don't have to worry about doing that surgery too at the same time, because I can't have a port where my pacemaker would go. So there's a lot going on, and everything. I'm really glad to be back home, even though I haven't been treated all too great since being home, but you know, that's part of life now. Just trying to hang in there and figure everything out. I should know more in a couple weeks when they send the final reports to me from Mayo and all the recommendations of every stuff. But it's looking like I most likely will have to go back for a few weeks. So I still am going to keep my GoFundMe account up and try to, you know, raise money to help pay for everything, because it's expensive. But bottom line, I just want to say thank you to everybody again. It really means a lot to me that so many of you have helped me out, and I will try to stay on top of this and update you guys when I can. It's just been really draining since I've been home, because once again I have doctor appointments after doctor's appointments, and now I'm in the hospital, so yay me. Anyways, I hope you all are doing great. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I don't mind explaining things further, so you can always leave a comment. Love to hear from people. So have a good day. Bye.